Hi everybody, this is Sotiris and I'd just like to welcome you to our team training hangout. On tonight's hangout, we're going to be going through over a few different things. We're going to be going over some marketing tips for me, and also Matthew's going to show you some Bruce Lee secrets. So we're going to get started. We're going to just get started with that. So I'm going to put you on to Matthew, and we'll start.
All right, great. Thanks, Sotiris. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's hangout. This is, this is our team training, our weekly team inspiration and nuts and bolts training. But also we decided to open it up to our other subscribers who haven't already yet joined our team. So, if you're watching this and it's your first time watching it, this is generally just really a team hangout. But you're very welcome to be here. And once you see what we're about, what we're doing, then it's very likely that you'll want to be a part of it, because amazing things are happening in what we're doing in the company that we're in. I can't even really call it a company. It's a movement of people creating, transforming themselves, creating financial freedom, creating time freedom, and living out their dreams. And that's what I find really inspiring. I find it really inspiring to just be able to do that for myself and to be able to help others do it as well, because I just kind of look around and I say, well, if we're not doing that, then what are we doing? We want to live a life where we are being ourselves, being true to ourselves, being free. Being free to do what we want to do and be who we want to be, and just live out our dreams, live out our highest enthusiasms, be inspired. And if we can help you attain that as well, then we're doing something right, and we are. That's what we're all about, and that's what we're doing. And so, with that said, I wanted to talk about Bruce Lee, secrets of success from Bruce Lee, because he's a legend. He's an icon. He's someone who, even today, when he left his body and left this planet 1973. And that's a long time ago. And still today, you see on Facebook, people post his pictures. You see, videos of him. You still see people kind of emulate him in different ways. Why is that? There's something quite amazing about him. So I've looked quite deeply into, the makeup of Bruce Lee. What made him such a great success in the world, and it's something that not just as a child, it's what first inspired me. And I see it as, if you want to create some sort of success in your life, you need role models. You need role models. If you want to transform in some way, you need good role models. And it's maybe what is quite lacking is good role models in today's society, when the role models suddenly become the celebrities that haven't actually achieved anything in their lives. They're just, I don't know, these celebrities that go to parties and things and seem to have an opinion, and they seem to be the role models for a lot of people growing up these days. Well, to tell you, when I was growing up, my role models were people from the big screen. I looked around me in my circles, and I didn't see anyone that I really wanted to emulate in my circles, and so I looked to the big screen, and that's the same for a lot of people. What inspired me to start training in martial arts from the age of 7 was watching Bruce Lee movies. What inspired me to get in shape and everything was watching the Rocky movies. Those things inspired me. Whether Rocky was a real character, Bruce Lee, of course, was a real character. Rocky wasn't a real character, but Sylvester Stallone was. He was a real person, and his story is absolutely incredible. He really did sort of superimpose himself into the character of Rocky, as well. So having great role models is crucial to having any success in life. And a lot of people see Bruce Lee and how he was, but who was his role models? Because for him to become who he became, he also had to have role models, right? And it's only in recent years that it's become known who his role model was in the martial arts world was Ip Man. Ip Man was his teacher, and some movies have come out recently about Ip Man, and he was his teacher. And so I'd say that the very first principle of Bruce Lee's success was he got himself a really good role model. He got himself a really good mentor, someone that had already achieved what he wanted to achieve. And he found that in this Wing Chun master called Ip Man. And it's interesting because a lot of people see Bruce Lee's his own style of Jeet Kune Do that he created, but and they think that, okay, well, let's just do that. But how did he come to get to that place where he could create his own martial art? It was found in the basics, in the foundation of what he was doing, of the basics, the fundamentals of his training with Ip Man. So a lot of people don't see that. They think, okay, well, I want to do those nice high kicks, and I want to do all that cool stuff that he did. But for him to get to that level took him many years of training the basics, doing the fundamentals with Ip Man of Wing Chun. And so that's why Bruce Lee, one of the reasons why Bruce Lee became so good is because he trained the fundamental movements and the fundamental drills every single day. It wasn't from doing all the flashy stuff that you kind of see him do on the screen and people try and emulate that. Mm. That's not what made him great by doing the flashy stuff. What made him great was day in, day out, doing the fundamental stuff, the stuff that a lot of people see as boring. Doing the drills over and over again, doing the katas over and over again. It was that actually gave him such a strong foundation that then he could be creative with his own stuff. And so to get to that level, that's what a lot of people miss. They see the flashy stuff and think it's the flashy stuff, and then what is created is a lot of paper tigers. Guys that kind of look flashy, but there's no foundation behind it. There's nothing behind it, right? So that is like one of the big secrets of Bruce Lee's success that very few people know. Very few people look back at that. They want to go and learn Jeet Kune Do. They want to learn all the flashy kicks and bouncing around and making noises and doing the kind of funny things with their hands. But where did all that come from? That came from him training every single day, and I'll reiterate it a number of times because it is important to grasp this, that it is the fundamentals. It's doing the fundamentals. And so your success, you're going to find your success in what you're doing every day. And this is what it really comes back to, it comes down to. People talk about the law of attraction. You ask, you believe, you receive, and stuff like that. But real success comes down to what you do every day. Because Bruce Lee, he didn't think, okay, I'll just use the law of attraction. I'll just ask to be a great martial artist. I'll just believe that I can be, and I'll just wait to receive it. He actually got busy and got to work and practiced those fundamentals every day. And that's what gave him that foundation to create his own martial art, which isn't much use to people who have had no foundation before that. He actually created that martial art for himself. He created it for his own training, his own evolution. His martial art he created was not actually for newbies to come along and do. So that is a huge myth that people think that they go and learn his martial art and they get as good as him. He got that good by the fundamentals. And that's how you're going to get good at anything, is by analyze what you're doing every day. Look at, okay, what is my daily routine? What is that? And that's going to mean the difference between success or failure in anything that you do. So in a power network, we have 8 core commitments every day. And this is specifically, I'm saying this specifically for new people that are joining, and this is the question I get asked more than anything, or the objection is new team members say, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. It's right there. It's the first thing you do when you go into your back office. It's called the 8 core commitments, and that is what you do. Follow those 8 core commitments, and things start to build from there. That's where you build your foundation from. In the martial art that I do now and have done for many years, we have what's called the Kihon Happo. It's the 8 fundamental techniques. And so, some people are looking to do these flashy techniques and forgetting about the 8 fundamentals. And it's the same as the 8 primary colors, is it? Right? To be a great artist, you need to understand those 8 primary colors and how they mix together and everything, right? So with anything you want to become great at, you got to come right back to basics. You got to come to the fundamentals, and you got to do them every day. And you got to know where you're at, and you got to look at yourself and say, okay, what am I doing every day? How is my day built up? Because if you want to become great, you got to do great things every day. You got to do things every day that are different to the norm. There's a saying that's very true, and it says, do the hard things, and life becomes easy. Do the easy things, and life becomes hard. Most people that, if we look at the percentages of success and failure in life, we look at I think it's like 95% of people at the age of 65 are either dead or dead broke. And why is that? It's because most of those people, 95% of people, are actually looking for the easy way out of everything. What's the easy way? What's the easiest way I can get through my day? And while, yeah, it's great to have some ease in our life, it's doing the things that are actually going to lift you up. Sometimes things are difficult. Sometimes we have to put ourselves out of our comfort zone. Sometimes we have to work hard at things in order for life to become easy, right? So, that's the first thing is within Empower Network. This for new team members is follow the 8 core commitments. Follow those 8 core commitments, and you get better at them. One of them is blogging daily. Follow that. You get better at it. Marketing daily. You start doing that. Maybe you don't know how to market at the start, but if you start doing it every day, you start learning new ways. You start getting better at it, right? So there's 8 core commitments within Empower Network, and they're very, very powerful set of fast start training. So if you're not already in Empower Network, get that fast start training. There'll be a link below this. Get in with us and start doing that. If you want to create success in your life, success starts with your daily actions. Having a set of daily actions which sets you apart from the other 95%. Because when you reach the age of 65, maybe they're already, I don't know. Do you want to be in that category that is either dead or dead broke, or do you want to be in the other few percent that are actually financially independent, or maybe 1 or 2% that have actually become rich in everything, not just rich in monetary, but also rich in health, rich in holistically. I like to look at things holistically rather than just as a dollar amount. Is your life rich, right? And if you want that to happen, then start with looking at what you do every day. Those 8 core commitments that we have within Empower Network. That is actually genius. That is genius. And a lot of new members, when they join, they overlook that, and they're like, okay, I'm in. What do I do? Where's the secret sauce? Where's the button that I press that gives me this automatic ATM? Oh, it's not there. It's in the 8 core commitments, and that's where it's at. So when you follow those 8 core commitments to the T, and you're consistent with it, that's when you get results. That's when you get results. And going the extra mile. Going the extra mile. When Bruce Lee, when he went to start training with Ip Man said once in an interview, he said I taught Bruce Lee some fundamental techniques that would usually take 3 months to actually get to any level of comprehension with. any level of he can actually do them. But Bruce Lee learned them in 3 weeks. So he condensed 3 months down to 3 weeks because he had this laser focus. And every technique he learned, he went away and he studied that technique and he applied it. Rather than just learning it in the training hall with Ip Man, he went away and he went, okay, how does this work in this situation? How does it work in this situation? Right? And it's the same whenever you learn something in Empire Network here, whenever you learn something, you want to immediately do it. You want to immediately do it. Instead of just learning, go, okay, I've learned it now. Learn it and then apply it. You know, as Bruce Lee said, knowledge is great, but if you don't apply it, it's nothing, right? You have to. It's not good enough just to know. You must apply, I think is what he said. So you must apply. Once you learn something, you must then apply it. You're going to be learning things in this hangout right now. So don't just be passive. You know, just sketch down some notes. You might get some aha moments, what you can do. Okay, that makes sense, that makes sense. Write those things down. That's actually starting to become active rather than just sitting there passively watching or listening, because that is the issue in today's society. Too many people are too passive and you know, wake up, you know. Most people are sitting watching TV and they become so passive to life that that they just become completely passive. And you see it in the street. You see it when somebody needs help. People just walk past because they become so passive to everything. And so it takes some thinking, become active in your life. And as Bruce Lee would say, be like water. Yeah.
Yep.
So once you learn something, then apply it, and then do it, and then teach it. So that's what Bruce Lee would do. He would learn something, he would do it, and then he would have a group of students and he would teach them. That's how he became good so fast. Is he wasn't just going in and passively learning in the class, then go out and partying or whatever he was doing. He was going in learning, and then he was going out and he was applying it himself in different situations. Sometimes it was real time. He used to get into street fights and things in Hong Kong, so he would actually apply it real time. And then he would get a group of guys together, and he would actually teach them what he had just learned. And this is one of the great secrets for your online business now. Is once you learn something, then do it, then teach it. Right? Whether that be you go into the fast start training, you learn something from David Wood. You're in the 15K formula, you learn something from a webinar, and then to immediately not just go, okay, that was great, yeah, I've got more knowledge now. That's not going to do it for you. You're going to be years and years and years of very limited success if you have that mindset. What you need to do is, as soon as you learn something, is to then go, okay, I'm going to write a blog post about this. I'm gonna put this into action. Oh yeah, it said to do this. It said to write a blog post and put these keywords in. I'll do that. That's going to help me rank in the search engines. And then to be able to teach it, to maybe make a video about it and say, okay, this is what I learned. This is how to do it. And by doing that is a very powerful way to not just learn, but also to become a leader. When people look to you and say, okay, well they've got good information, because it's not like you're just making stuff up yourself. Bruce Lee was learning from Ip Man. He was learning from the master. So that gave him a lot of confidence in bringing it forth and being able to teach it, what he learned, and be able to apply it because he knew he was learning from the master. So look to who is masterful in your field. And what we have in Empire Network is we have David Wood, who's created so much success in this industry, this movement, whatever you want to call it. That I look to him, and so when he teaches something, I know this is great stuff because he's got great results. Just monetary wise, created over $100 million in sales in 2.5 years. That's amazing results as an online entrepreneur. And so when someone has done something like that, it's a good idea to listen to them and take it on board, and then do it, and then teach it. And so, another thing Bruce Lee had is he trusted his Sifu. He trusted Ip Man. He went to train with him diligently and trusted what he taught from him. And it's the same when you have a mentor online or you have a mentor in any business or whatever. You need to put your trust in them. And when they say something, to actually say, well, they're saying it for a reason. I'm gonna believe what they're saying, even if you don't fully understand it at the time. You have to follow through with it, But be very careful who you choose as your mentor. Be very careful who you choose to run with, right? So before I chose Empower Network, I had a good look at it. Well, first of all, I went off Sotiris' recommendation, but then also, I had a good look at who the founders were. I watched a lot of their videos and I checked them out, and I was like, okay, I can see these guys are coming from the heart. These guys have got great results. I want to get the results that they're getting, right? And so that is again another success principle for Bruce Lee, is he trusted his Sifu, and because of it, got amazing results. He didn't go out and say, well, what he's teaching isn't good, I'm going to do something else, So these are important principles, and it's the principles that will make the shift for you, the principles of success, and looking to those who have already created it. It doesn't matter what field it is. Quite often the principles are the same, whether it's in martial arts or in whatever Bruce Lee created, or whether it's what we're doing right now. The principles are actually the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, second thing, that was only the first thing, by the way. Second thing what Bruce Lee had, was certainty. He had incredible certainty. But if you look at him, how did he have that certainty? That certainty showed up in his body. It showed up in his physiology. It showed up in how he moved. And this is absolutely critical for your success, for you to have a sense of certainty in whatever you do. So, for example, just say if you're writing an email, you're sending an email out, you need to put yourself in a state of certainty. And that might be by having a little ritual where you take a few deep breaths, as Tony Robbins would say, you make your move. You make some sort of big action, like that, and you get yourself into a strong state. Having good posture, breathing deeply, and by doing that, you put yourself in a state of certainty. So then, whatever you write is going to come through because you're feeling certain. And the words you write are going to be different than if you were in an uncertain state. So listen to this very, very closely, because this is actually so simple that it can be easily missed. It's quite profound, the difference that putting yourself in a state of certainty, and that's what it is. You put yourself in a state of certainty. It's not something that just happens to you. You have to actually be aware of what you're doing with your body, what you're thinking about, what you're focusing on, and actually shift that and put yourself in a state of certainty. So whenever you're making a video, before you make your video, put yourself in a state of certainty. There's too many people I see that make videos, and you can see they're not certain about what they're saying, and because they haven't put themselves in a state of certainty before they make the video. So before I make a video, I don't just switch the camera on and start talking. Before I make the video, I go through like a little ritual, even 30 seconds if I haven't got much time. 30 seconds, put myself through a little ritual, make a big sort of power move, take a few deep breaths, have a little affirmation that I say, ask for guidance, and that's what I do before I make each video. So my certainty comes across in my videos, and that's what people are looking for. People are looking for those that are certain, because certainty overcomes doubt every time. So whatever someone is doubting, if you have more certainty, that will overcome their doubt, right? So no matter what game you're in, you're an entrepreneur, whatever game you're in, you need to have certainty. That is key. You need to turn up with certainty each and every time, because you can learn the skills. You can learn all the skills, but if you're unsure of yourself while you're trying to deliver what you've learned, that will come across. That will come across in your voice, in your tonality. That will come across even if you've learned the words off pat, but if your tonality's off, that's going to come across. If your physiology's not right, if your posture's not good, that comes across. Even in an unconscious level, the person picks up that you're not certain about what you're saying. You're not certain about what you're talking about, and they'll pick up on that. And because of that, they might not do a joint venture with you or deal with you, or they might not join your team or whatever. You know. So what you have to instill in others is a sense of certainty, and the only way you can do that is by being certain yourself. And who's the king of certainty? Look to Bruce Lee, right? You know, that guy has so much certainty, just incredible. And you can see it in the way he moved. The way he talked. Just watch some of his videos. You know, you can model it. You can look at that as a role model. Incredible certainty. And he used to do he used to have anchors. He used to anchor things in probably even before he knew what an anchor was. He used to like hit himself on the chest and things like that just to anchor powerful states in. So without the certainty, he could have learned all the martial arts techniques. He could have learned all the acting techniques, and he could have gone over to Hollywood, and with all that knowledge, but without the sense of certainty, he would never have made it. The only thing that really got him through it all to have the success, he had the foundation of all the skills. He built the foundation of the martial arts skills, the acting skills and everything, but it was the certainty that actually brought that through. Without the certainty, none of it would have happened. There's actually plenty of other people with the skills, plenty of other people with the talent, but it was his certainty that overcame the doubt of anyone else. When he walked into the studio and he talked to the movie producers and said what he was going to do and what he could do, he sold them with his certainty. There was no maybes in his word. Maybe I could do this. Maybe this would work. No. He was certain. He had a vision. And so that comes through. So you have to put yourself in a state of certainty. Follow the fundamentals, the daily success principles, the 8 core commitments, and be in a state of certainty. Always ask yourself, am I feeling certain? Am I not? Change what you're doing with your body. Change your physiology. Change your breathing. Change what you're focusing on. Put yourself in a state of certainty. Right? Absolutely vital, critical to everything you do. You know, certainty is just really another word for confidence, but it's more powerful than confidence, right? Certainty is it overrides everything. Certainty overrides doubt every time. So it's something that you can do in a moment. You can put yourself in a state of certainty in a moment, and you can practice it now. You can practice it after you watch this, of just going into a state of certainty, getting as certain as possible by shifting your focus, changing how you move your body. You know, I would watch different people, how they moved. I remember watching Obama. When Obama was running for the presidency all those years ago, I was over in the US at the time, living there, and there was a big frenzy. Like everyone was going crazy about it. You know, it was a people were like really pleased and chuffed. I had some friends that were really rooting for him and everything, and so I was watching all his speeches. Every time he was in public, I was living with a friend. He had this big screen TV, and he's watching it the whole time. So I was watching it with him, and I was watching Obama, and I was like, that guy is so confident. He has so much certainty. And what I was looking at is I was looking at how he moved. I was looking at how he walked. So I said, I wonder if I walk like that, what will happen? And so I studied the way he walked, and I started just walking like him. And just by doing that, my sense of certainty just went up through the roof. It's an amazing thing. It's almost like magic, how it works. when you do it. And I do it also with other martial arts masters. I saw how Bruce Lee moved, how he actioned. So I just do that by myself. Some people think that's weird, you know. I would just do that, and suddenly I felt this feeling of certainty. Went, oh, that's how he felt. You know, it's almost like you tune into them. You tune into a certain frequency when you start putting your body in different ways, and you start moving in certain ways. It's like you tune into the frequency of that person, and you can actually take on their certainty. So if you want to have the certainty of Bruce Lee, start moving like him, start gesturing like him. Not to the point where you're just being fake, but you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You can shift it like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, sound good so far?
Yep, sounds good. Sounds very good. It's very, very good. Very, very useful stuff. Definitely for people to use when they're building a business. It's very important because you have to be certain. You have to be believable. People have to be able to see that you're doing what you're doing what they're wanting to do themselves. They have to be able to see that you're already doing that. That comes with certainty and believability and believing in what you're doing as well. You have to believe in what you're doing too.
Yeah.
Very important.
You have to be able to back it up as well.
Yep.
You back it up. Because you can put on a front. You can get yourself into a really powerful state, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be able to back it up, and you back it up by doing the fundamentals. That's how you back it up. By doing the daily fundamentals, you start to build, and it builds like this. It builds small, but it does build, and you build your confidence, and you build your knowledge, and you build your experience, and that becomes your strong foundation to carry forth when you put yourself in a state of certainty that you can actually deliver on the goods, whatever you're saying you can do.
Absolutely.
So it's really those basics. That's all I really wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Nothing fancy, just those simple basics. It's the biggest thing that new people that join the team and say, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Do the basics. Follow the 8 core commitments. You got to trust. They're there for a reason. They're not just some sort of fluff. That they're there from all of David Wood's experience in creating massive results. He's created results that would make most entrepreneurs, marketers' heads spin. People are baffled. People can't understand it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when he puts videos, the fundamentals, the 8 core commitments, watch them, follow them. There's pearls of wisdom in there. He's saying he created those 8 core commitments for a reason. To do them, and that's how you create the success, by doing creating daily success habits. It's your habits that are going to create your destiny. It's what you do every day, right?
Yeah.
So start looking at what you're doing every day, and in most cases, it needs to be changed. Sometimes radically, sometimes just a little tweak here or there. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's all it is. Sometimes the difference between your success and your failure is just a couple of little tweaks. That's what it often is. But if you're just starting out in a new path, sometimes it takes massive action. Sometimes it takes like a big push.
Yeah.
Getting that state of certainty every time you write a blog post, every time you make a video, every time you do a Google Hangout, every time you speak to somebody on the phone or you meet with somebody for business or something, make sure you put yourself into a state of certainty, and that will bring you through it. Even if you maybe don't have all the knowledge, maybe if you don't have all the information, maybe if you don't have all the experience, the simple thing, which is just this amazing gift we have, it's maybe the most powerful resource we have available. So when people say, I don't have any resources, you've got the most amazing resource ever. You've got the resource of being able to put yourself in a state of certainty. And you do that through shifting your body in some way, having strong posture. You know, like, how would I come across now if I was just kind of sitting back here, my arms folded, my hand like this, and if I change my tonality, as okay, everybody, welcome. You know, I'm just gonna do this hangout now. That's Sotiris there. Say hello, Sotiris. Yeah, we're going to talk about, you know, how you can transform your life. You know, you just like, okay, what a waste of time, wouldn't you? You just, what a waste of time. You know, it comes from sitting up, breathing deep, speaking deeply, using your tonality, getting maybe a little bit animated, and actually engaging, engaging people with your enthusiasm, with your desire to inspire, because that is my desire. I set my outcome before I make a video. I set my outcome before I write an email. I set my outcome before I write a blog post. I set my outcome before I do a live training. Before I teach a martial arts class, I set my outcome. And a huge part of that outcome is to inspire, into action, is to empower, and educate as well. But definitely, education is nothing without being empowered, without being inspired. You need to be empowered to take action yourself, not wait for somebody to tell you what to do, not to just join my team now and then go, well, I'll just sit back and wait to be told what to do.
Yeah.
And then 3 months later,
still wait.
Then 3 months later, say, well, I just didn't know what to do. You know, you got to be empowered. You got to take some initiative. You got to say, it doesn't matter what, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I'm gonna transform my life. I'm gonna live my dreams, whatever it is for you. We all have our aspirations in life, and if we're not following them, we're never going to be truly fulfilled. We're never really going to feel good about ourselves if we just live a mediocre life. We can be in denial. It's possible to be in denial and distract ourselves from the fact that we may not be fulfilled in life, but then again, we're just lying to ourselves if we do that. You know, so it's better to it's better to fail at something you love doing than to even fail or succeed at something you don't love doing, right? To give it all you got and fail, rather than just to be half-assed, you know. So look, keep it simple. Look for role models, people you want to emulate in some way, and just you see what they're doing. Follow the fundamentals. Create that sense of certainty within yourself. Create rituals to actually put that in. Whether you get up in the morning, you have a morning ritual that's going to set you up for your day, something like that. And you know, so those that are in the team, you know, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. Well, firstly, you need to follow the 8 core commitments, right? To the best of your ability. I don't say every day that I follow every single one, but there's times when I have done. There's times when I've done it for 100 days straight. 8 core commitments. You know, then I might take a week off or something, and then, you know, I do it again. Then I might be a little bit sporadic here and there, but 80% of the time, I'm following the 8 core commitments. And if you can do that, you know, don't worry about beating yourself up about the other 20%. You know, but if you're just doing it 20% of the time and 80% of the time you're not, that's a big difference. That's a difference between success and failure. You know. but just make sure you're doing the things that really matter 80% of the time. You know, we're not robots, so it's unlikely that we're always going to be able to do it 100% of the time. But we all have challenging days. We all have days when different things pop up, different little emergencies or whatever, you know, things we take our focus. But if you just get right back on track as soon as you can, and make sure you're doing those 80% of the time. Listen to whoever you've chosen as your mentor. I listen to David Wood, and when David Wood says something, I take action on it the best I can. You know, so listen to David Wood. You know, for all team members right now, you know, what do? You get all in as soon as possible. You get the core products as soon as possible. That's so important. You know, Sotiris will tell you, he got a very nice $3,000 commission because I wasn't all in, right? And so you know, get all in, because you never know who's going to join your team, when they're going to join it, without even telling you that they're joining, and go all in, which happened to me. Somebody joined me, went all in, and I hadn't bought the master's program, and I lost like $3,000. I was very happy that I went to Sotiris. That's what I love about this business. I'm not paying money out to some big corporation. I'm not working for some fat cat somewhere. You know, we're a team and we're helping each other out. That's what's great about it, right?
Yep.
Next thing is get to the next event. Do whatever it takes, whatever you can. You know, draw on all your resources. You know, if you think, well, I can't do it, start writing things down. What could I do? What's possible? Start saying to yourself, it's possible. Right? If you say I can't do it, you just cut off straight away. If you say it's possible, even if I'm not even sure how it's going to happen, say it's possible. And then from that place of possibility, things can be birthed from that. If you cut off and say I can't do it, then it's not going to happen. But if you say it's possible, then you step into the realm of possibility. And in that realm of possibility, things can happen, right? And as you know, this event happening in Charlotte is going to be monumental. It's going to be absolutely monumental. Amazing things are going to happen there. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I have some good guesses, which I'm not going to talk about. I have some guesses of what's going to happen, and if it's true what I think, then it's going to blow the whole industry wide open. You know, so you get to Charlotte is what I would say. The next thing is, once you've got all in, is you need to get 3 or 4 all-ins yourself. You need to hustle, whatever it takes at the start. At the start, you're going to do whatever it takes to actually get a few people in your team, get them all in. Give yourself a bit of income, right? Once you've got that bit of income, that also increases your confidence. That also increases your certainty. Then you can put it into some paid advertising. That's when you can start to learn paid advertising and be okay if you lose a few $100s here or there until you actually get it going. And then that's the next stage. And then once you get that going, then things will really happen for you. Just keeping it simple. You know, that's as simple as I can put it all. That said, I'm going to not because
okay.
I've just talked for a long time.
I can, yeah, I can vouch. I can vouch for that. What you were saying about, you know, about the $3,000. I mean, there was one guy in my team who joined, and you know, I kept on saying to him in the beginning. I kept on saying to him, you know, keep on, you know, blog daily, do your commitments and so on. And he did them for a while, and then he stopped. And then he actually left. He left because he couldn't be bothered doing them. And then I think it was about 4 or 5 months later, I got this unusual commission in my back office, right? And because the commissions were obviously $25, and I got a payment for $125, and I was like, there's no product for $125. Where's this payment come from? So what actually had happened was he had done a few posts at the beginning and then not done anything, right? And people had signed up under him, and he didn't even know about it. And then he found out that he'd actually got like money in his e-wallet. He got all this money in his e-wallet, but because he hadn't paid his membership for 5 months, he had to actually go in and pay his 5 months membership, right, to get back in. So I had to pay $125, 5 months blogging, which he missed, right, to be able to go and get all his commissions, right. And then once he did it, he realized that if he, could make money with doing so little, what he could actually make if he did more. So he started doing more, and I basically told him, to get all in. I kept on saying to him, get all in, get all in, get all in, because you're going to lose money. And of course, people have the mentality that if you tell them to get all in, you're getting all in, because you're going to make money out of it, right? But at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is that if you don't get all in this business, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose a lot more money than it costs you, right? So it's absolutely crazy to do all the commitments, do everything, and not buy the product. Or at least, some people maybe they don't have the money the first week or whatever, that's fair enough, but to not commit to buying the products, to not say, right, I'm going to be all in by this time in 3 months or by this time in 3 weeks. If you don't commit to being all in, then, and you continue doing it, it means that you're setting yourself up for a loss, right, along the way. You'll make money from your 25s or whatever, but if you don't have your masters, you can lose $3,000. Now this guy basically, he started buying a couple of the products, but he didn't buy all of them, which he could have bought, but he didn't buy all of them. And then I think in a few days, someone went and joined under him, and they bought stuff, and then somebody else joined under them, and so on and so forth. And basically what happened was, I think he lost about $7,000 or $8,000 in a few days, right, in commissions. And now he'd been saying before that he hadn't the money to get all in, but once he lost $8,000, he was all in 3 days, right? So it's not always about not having the money. It's about how much do you want the money? Because if somebody takes a gun to your child's head and says, I need $2,000 or your child's dead, you'll find the money. You'll go and you'll find the money. You'll knock every door. You'll go everywhere. But in a lot of cases, people just don't have the desire. Don't have the commitment, right? And it's very important to start off with a commitment, because if you don't start off with a commitment, it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you money if you're not all in. It will cost you money if you're promoting it properly at some stage. So set that intention, even if you're not all in from day one, set the intention to get all in. Give yourself a date, give yourself a time, and make sure you get all in as soon as you can. And then you won't lose a lot of money. So,
and you need training.
You need the training as well, absolutely. It's like a catch-22. Some people say, I don't know how to do this and I don't know how to do that, and it's like, well, if you don't have the training, it's not going to happen. So it's the people who get all in, who get all the training, who learn the most stuff, who make the most money, and who follow the leaders in the team, because you won't find any leaders in Empower Network. You won't find any top earner anywhere in Empower Network who isn't all in. If you go and you see any of the leaders in Empower Network, they're all in. So, you have to ask yourself the question, why are all the leaders who are making the most money all in? Right? It's because they get the training, they go to the events, they learn the stuff, they take the action, and that's what you need to do. If you want to be one of the top earners, you need to also do that. So what I was going to talk about tonight now, it is a slightly advanced training, okay, and there's probably some people on this call who may be completely brand new. They maybe are just starting to do their first blog post, or they've done their first blog post, or they haven't even done their first blog post because they haven't figured out what to do yet, right?
Or now, maybe they haven't joined yet.
What's that, sorry?
Or maybe they haven't joined yet and they just need to click the link below and join and get going.
Exactly. Maybe you haven't joined yet and you just need to click the link below, okay? But I'm not going to cover that basic stuff right now, but what I'm going to say to you is you can post any questions you have in the comments below. So if you have any questions, if you're just joined, or even if you're thinking about joining, and you have any questions or anything for us, you can post them basically in the comments below. Okay, and I have made loads of different training videos, and so's Matthew. So basically, we'll be able to send out the video showing you how to do whatever it is that you're stuck with. Okay, so if you're stuck with something, let us know. Alternatively, you can go and look up Matthew on Facebook. I'm sure you're friends with him if you've joined through Matthew, and if you're joined through myself, the same thing. Basically, look us up on Facebook and send us a message and say, look, we're stuck with this, I don't know how to do that, I don't know how to do this, and we will get back to you and help you with that, okay? Because we have trainings, there's videos, and if we haven't got a training video for it, myself or Matthew will make one, okay? So that's for the basic stuff. Now tonight I want to talk a wee bit more about more advanced stuff, because there's also people in the team who are on the team, and it would help to learn some more advanced techniques, for basically marketing their business. And one of the things that is a more advanced technique is capture pages. When it comes to capture pages, it's important to stand out and be a bit different from everyone else, because if you're exactly the same, if all your stuff's exactly the same, if you're all promoting the same capture page, it's going to make your life a lot more difficult. Now, if you're at the very, very beginning, you're just starting, and you don't even know how to do your first blog post, I would wait a few weeks for this, right? But at the end of the day, if you've been doing this for a while, you're getting your head around it, you're doing your blog post, you figured out how to do it, and you're still using basic capture page, then this training will basically help you how to be more personalized, right, for your business, more personalized, and be able to make it more suitable to you. The other thing about it is that it's important to be able to see the conversion rates. Now, what conversion rates are, not everyone's going to know what conversion rates are, but what a conversion rate is, basically for every 100 visitors you get to a page. So say you came and you saw my capture page, and it had a headline in it, and then there was a box to opt in under it, and it said, if just enter your name and email and I'll give you 5 tips how to get more traffic to your blog, for example. If 100 people came to that and 15 people opted in, 15 people gave me their email, right, that would be a 15% conversion rate, okay? So conversion rate basically is the amount of people out of 100 that have done something, whether they've joined your team, whether they have opted in, given them your email, right? That's basically what conversion rate is. And sometimes having a higher conversion rate, so more people to opt in or more people to give their email to you, means that you don't have to drive as much traffic to your site to get the same results, okay? So say, for example, you went and did a Facebook ad, or you did blog posts and you drove 100 people to your site. If you were getting a 15% conversion rate, that would mean you had 15 opt-ins for every 100 traffic, right? But if you were getting a 30% conversion rate, if 30 out of 100 people were putting their email in, then basically you could just get 50 people and get the same amount of opt-ins, right? So you could send half the traffic and get the same amount of opt-ins, and the same goes for sales. If your sales conversion rate goes up, the more people who are buying, the less traffic you have to send to get the same result, right? So you can actually increase your revenue just by learning your conversion rates and certain things. So one of the things I personally learned, and one of the things I do, is I use a software for creating capture pages that's very, very simple. And what it means is, it means I can make specific capture pages for whatever I want to make a capture page about, right? So it could be about Empower Network, it could be about, you know, a blog or website I have. You know, if I'm coaching clients, it could be about my coaching. It could be about anything at all. But basically, I can create customized capture pages for my business very, very simply. So I wanted to actually show you this evening how you can actually create the capture page. Now the thing about it is, at the end of this, at the end of showing you the capture page software and so on, at the end of this I'm also going to offer some things if you actually decide that you need to get capture page software. I'm also going to be giving you some free stuff, a lot of headlines, free headlines, which you can use for your capture pages. There's hundreds of different headlines, and also free PLR music, which you can use in your videos, right, to make your videos stand out from other people. Because video marketing is a thing that a lot of us use here as we progress. Again, if you're just a newbie and just starting, this might be over your head, okay? So any questions you have, you know, put them in the comments below and send them to us. But this is more advanced, like I say. So the first thing is, basically, I'm just going to share my screen here. Just go in here and share my screen. Let's see. Start screen share. Okay, Matthew, let me know, Matthew, if you can see my screen okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. Can you see my screen okay, Matthew? Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it now. It just froze for a minute.
Yeah. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay. So basically, say I wanted to create a capture page, okay? Now, some examples of capture pages, you will have seen it. You will have seen it when you go to Empower Network. There's a wee bit of an echo. When you go to Empower Network, probably when you joined, you might have joined something like this. So basically, this is the Empower Network capture page, right? Now, like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of people who will be promoting the same capture page. So let me just see. I have a lot of background sound coming back at me for some reason. I can hear myself talking twice. Okay. Don't know why. Okay. So we have a capture page. So that's basically a capture page that Empower Network gave us. Now, I want to explain to you first one of the reasons why we can probably get a higher conversion rate ourselves is because we can make something specific to us, okay? We can make something specific to us, like, you know, so for example, I mean, Matthew, you have a capture page there, don't you? What's your capture page link there? A lot of people who came in and joined already probably came through this one. It's amazing.
Mustwatchvideo.com.
Yeah, amazing mustwatchvideo.com.
Yeah.
So I just want to give them an idea here of different capture pages. So here's one, amazing must watch. It's must watch, is it not watched? Yeah. So here's basically another capture page. Yeah. So as you can see, this capture page, you know, there's a different headline, okay? There's a different headline, there's a video. There's basically a video with Matthew and Victoria, right? And they tell a bit about their story. Now what this does is this separates them from all the other people using exactly the same capture page, right? Now it is advanced, so do use the capture page in the beginning. But when you want to start doing advanced strategies and you get used to your basics and your blog and how to do videos and stuff, then you'll want to move on to this stuff. It's not actually hard to make the capture page, so I'm going to show you very easily how to make a capture page using this software. Okay, so basically all you do is you just click create a new page, and then you decide whether you want to do an opt-in page, a sales page, a webinar page, or a thank you page. Now just to let you know, at any stage if you wanted to get this and get the free headlines and all the different stuff, free PLR music, I'm also going to be doing a bonus capture page training, which is going to show you how to make video capture pages, which are really cool. I'll just show you one video capture page which I made. Okay, so that's basically a video capture page there. I don't know if you can see that, Matthew, can you? So basically that capture page is just me, and that was quite a few years ago. I interviewed a multi-millionaire internet marketer, and that was basically our interview. So what I did was I created a video capture page with that video in the background. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that as an advanced training later on for people who've actually got that. Okay, who get that through that link this evening. But in the meanwhile, I'm just going to show you how you actually set these up. So say you want to do an opt-in page. Now an opt-in page is basically somewhere where someone gives their name or just their email, right? Just their email to you for your list. So basically you're building up your list using these opt-in pages. So I'm going to click, and it's going to give me a choice of loads of different opt-in pages. Okay, so you can see here there's loads of different ones. There's ones with free reports. Okay, there's ones with just like a video and then a button under to click the opt-in where you can actually put a video if you already have a video. There's one with a lot of writing which you can change, and then an opt-in box on the right hand side. And I'm going to do a very simple one. Okay, there's one with just a video and then your name and email below. I believe that is the one that Matthew and Victoria were using earlier, that particular one there. And this one's is quite simple as well. So I'm going to just go for this one. And this one is actually a video. It is a video capture page, and the great thing about this is it has like a background moving traffic scene in the background. Okay, so I think it looks pretty cool basically. So I'm going to show you how you basically set this up. Right. So these pages are already made. Yeah, these pages are already made, but obviously you'll want to fix them to do for whatever your business is. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click here and I'm going to click hidden, and that'll take away. Now if I have a logo, I would put the logo on top, right? I would put the logo on top. So say I had a logo, so say I have this one, I could put that on top. Okay, so I could click here and put my logo on the top just by clicking it, uploading it, hitting here and just clicking it, and that'll appear up here. Alright, so then what you want to do is, all you do basically is, or you can just click hidden and then the logo will completely go away, it'll disappear, right? So I'll click hidden and then it goes away, so that's the logo gone, right? So now what I'll do is I just basically pick whatever my headline is. Okay, so say we were doing one here like Matthew's, for example. Okay, so you could basically take something like that. And then you could just paste that in, right? Then you can change the color of part of it. So you can also change the color. Yeah. You can put quotation marks around some of it if you want. Oh, wrong place. Okay, so you can put quotation marks around it. And then, so all you do, you basically put whatever your headline's going to be, like so. And then you just press OK. You can also change this. So enter your email address to get this free report. So what I'm going to do is, because you need to say it is a video, watch the free video. Okay, so it's a video. Okay, so we'll change this, enter your email address to get this. I'll put it in capitals to get this free video. And then we'll just change download the report to send, or no, I think this is better. Continue. Okay, just press continue. Okay, so now basically this is the capture page, right? This is what the capture page is going to look like. You can also change this, you know, instead of "we hate spam," you can get rid of that, or you can put something else that suits you as well in here. Okay, and then what it's going to ask you for now, and this is the hard bit. This is the hard bit. Is basically it's going to ask you for opt-in form integration. Now the one thing we need to do is we need to name our capture page. So we'll just call it Matthew and Victoria squeeze page. Okay. Copy. Okay. Now it won't allow me to save it until I put the opt-in form integration. So you click opt-in form integration and then you pick what your autoresponder is. And then it asks you to put your embed code, okay? So what I'll do here is I'll just go very quickly. Just log into my autoresponder. I'll actually show you from scratch because so that you actually know exactly how to do this. Might take a wee bit longer, but I need to actually show you how to do this. Home. Let's see. Create a follow-up series. Home. Create and manage lists. That's it. Okay. Create and manage lists. It's taking a wee while here. Create a list. Okay. So I'll just call it here. Okay. Just give the list a name. Make sure you give it the list a name that you'll know what it is. The other thing I suggest, always use a paid email address. If you don't know how to do that or what it is, message me and I'll go through it with you. But don't use free emails like Gmail and stuff like that because it won't get delivered. It affects your deliverability. Okay, so I would put that in. Put in the name, from name, and make sure the from name, the important part is the from name. The notifications email doesn't matter, but the from email you want to be not a free one. So just put in my name, and if you want to receive notifications, just put in the email address where you want to receive notifications to, okay? Like so. And then just save your settings. Now recently I've been having a bit of a thing with this. When I do this part, it goes on forever, and probably because I'm sharing the screen, it's going to take a wee while to save it. But yeah, it's probably going to take a wee minute to do that. Let's see what else. Okay, we'll go back here to the capture pages, right? Now, the great thing about these capture pages, there's 3 different things that we can actually do, right, once we've created the capture pages. The first thing we can do is we can have a link, right, and it will be the name of the software dot, you know, matthewandvictoria.com, right, if that's the name of the capture page. Or the second option is there is a plugin which is very easy to install if you have any WordPress blogs, and you can actually use that to create the capture page domain. So if you have a domain called, you know, matthewarmstrong.com, you could basically have your domain could be matthewarmstrong.com/Matthew and Victoria, right? And then that would be your link for your opt-in page. Now, the third option, and this is the brilliant one, this is a really good one, and this is especially good if you're doing Facebook ads, right? One of the things about Facebook is when you're doing Facebook ads, Facebook prefer you to keep people in Facebook, right? Because they don't want to lose traffic. They want you to live on Facebook, right? So the thing is, when you do set up a Facebook ad, if you put your ad and you send the link to an outside website, so say I put an ad and say, you know, click here, you know, and discover the system that allowed us to make 3,600 a day, okay, and that's my ad, and basically people come, click the picture, click on the ad, whenever they actually go to that, if it goes to an outside website, it'll cost me a lot more money, right? Now the beautiful thing about this is you can also get the capture page to come in Facebook, right? So you can get this capture page to come on your Facebook account, which means that if you set up a Facebook ad, you can send people from your Facebook ad to your actual Facebook capture page, which means you're keeping them on Facebook, which means that you're getting your advertising for half price, right? So you're going to save a lot of money by keeping your people on Facebook, and then don't forget, when they see this Facebook page and opt in, they're going to go to your website anyway, right? But you're going to get the cheaper cost per click because you're sending them to Facebook, you're not sending them to your website, right? This is where I really love this software, basically. So I'll click on list settings. It's finally saved it. It took its time, but it saved it. So then what I would do here at this stage, right, is I just go to personalize your list, and let me just see, and then just go down. Actually, I don't need to do anything in this section. It's okay. You can put your website URL here, right? So you could put in whatever your website URL is. All right, just put in your website URL. There's not really much else you need to do. If it's a company or if you have a signature, you put in all your emails, you can also put that here as well. So you put that in, fill that in, go to the bottom and click Save Settings. And then once you've saved those settings, you just go back up the top. Now I find this is very important. I always turn the confirmed opt-in off, okay? Because you're going to lose subscribers if you've it on. Because some people forget to go and check for your email to confirm it. And if they don't confirm it, it means they're not on your list. So I always turn the confirmed opt-in off for that reason, okay? It's up to yourself. You know, people say you get better opt-ins from the confirmed opt-in, but you're also going to lose opt-ins without a doubt. So personally, I think the more subscribers you have, the better. So I don't want to get rid of any of them. So I turn the double opt-in off. So now once we've done that, we've created the new list. Okay, it's called Matthew and Vic. Okay, and because you can't make it any longer. So we'll click on the third one. We've done the third one, so that's it. Basically, that part of it's finished. So the only thing we need now is we need to create a sign-up form, because the sign-up form is basically the code that we will put in here. The embed code will come from the sign-up form. So we're going to create a sign-up form. Now, normally when you create a sign-up form in your autoresponder, people are going to see it, and you might want to customize it. You might want to make it pretty. You might want to, you know, put a picture on it, make it all fancy, and write whatever headline stuff on it. In this case, we don't actually have to do anything. The only thing I advise you to do is take out the name section, because if you don't, it will become an error in your capture page. If your capture page is only asking for email, then it won't work. Trust me on that. Just make sure you take out the name at this stage, okay? And if you want to keep the name, then you need to keep the name on lead pages and on Aweber, right? But generally, I would just take out the name, just hit the wee X, and that gets rid of your name. And then save your form. And then what we do, once we've actually saved the form, we go to step 2. And this is the part where we actually name our form, okay? So this is where you would call the form whatever it is that will remind you of where the page is, okay? So if this was a capture page which I made just for Facebook, you know, I might call it, you know, Facebook EN for Empower Network, Facebook EN capture page. This is just for me so that I know what this is about, okay? So Facebook EN capture page, Matthew and Victoria. Okay, so I'll call it that. And then what you do at this stage is you will put the thank you page you want them to go to, right? So that's where you want them to arrive. So you just click on custom page and use your own URL. Now, if this was your Empower Network capture page, right, what you would do is you would go up here, you would go into your Empower Network, back office, log in. Yeah, helps if you remember your password first time. Okay. Okay. So you just log in, and then all you do is you go to My Account, and then you go to Promotion Funnels down at the bottom. Okay, and when you go to Promotion Funnels, you'll see here, down here, you'll see one called Commission Loophole. That is the main sales page for Empower Network, so that's where I would want them to go to. So I'll just copy that link, and then I will paste that in here, like so. Sometimes it goes a wee bit funny here, but it should be fine. Yeah, should be okay. That's it. Okay, so you put in your URL, make sure it goes black and it's not red, it goes black or blue, and then just save that. It's always important at the end to always press the green save button. In the very beginning I used to forget to do this and it used to all disappear and I used to go around cracking up, so make sure you always save everything after you do it. And then go to step 3. Okay, so when you go to step 3, all you do is you click I will install my form, and then you click on raw HTML version. Now you have to click the raw HTML version because the small one doesn't work in this, so you always remember to click on the big HTML version. So we'll just copy that. So we'll copy that form like so, copy. Go in here to our software, paste the code. Alternatively, if you've it set up a different way, there's 2 different ways you can set this up. If it's set up the other way, you could just select your list name. Okay, so you could just select your list name. All right, but I have done it this way. So we'll just save that, and now that page is now saved. Okay, so now that page is created, and you just press publish like so. Now this is the link for the new page. Okay, and what I'll do, if you want, Matthew, I'll post it in the comments below. Sure. You can try it out. Any kind of questions at all, Nicholas, we'll answer. Just let me know what, if you have any questions, we'll be able to answer it. So basically, if you go there and click, you'll be able to see that that should go to the capture page. Just if you go below in the comments, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 5,095.
Yep. And then if you don't, you can either click WordPress and download the Lead Pages WordPress plugin, or you can click Facebook and you can click add to your Facebook page. Okay, so we'll click add to Facebook page, and then it comes a list if you have different Facebook pages like I have. You're going to see all my secret Facebook pages now. So right, so basically what you would do is you would pick a Facebook page, okay? Yeah. So you would pick a Facebook page, and then when you pick a Facebook page, I wonder is there one that I don't use anymore or don't need anymore? Yeah, there's one there. So we'll click on this one. Okay, and I'll go down and click Add Page tab. Okay, and let's see. There we go. So basically, that is the capture page there on Facebook. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's great.
So that's basically your Facebook capture page. So all you would do is, if you were doing a Facebook ad, you would send people to that page, or you could just send people a link to your Facebook capture page. On Facebook, nobody's going to block a Facebook link. Even if they block any other links, they'll never block a Facebook link. So you can basically send people to your Facebook capture page, and then they can come along in there. They can opt in to your Facebook capture page, like so. And just press continue. And then it should go to my Empower Network join video. Yep. Okay, so basically that is how simple it is, to create a capture page. I don't know, Matthew, did it look really, really complicated?
No, and even for me, who's not
Yeah.
really technically minded, I'm slightly technically challenged, and yeah, just follow the steps, right?
And the thing is, this video is going to be up anyway, and there's other, I've other trainings and stuff like that and so on. So basically, you can actually sit and just copy it step by
Yeah.
step. So if you copy it step by step, you should be able to do it. It shouldn't be too difficult. Now, like I said, one of the things that people, can sometimes get stuck for is they can get stuck for, a headline, so what to write in the headline. The thing is, I have a thing here with a whole load of ready-made bonus top headlines. Okay, so I will send that to anybody who actually buys it through this link. If you just send an email to Sotiris at wealthclub.ws. I'll put it below here. Sotiris at wealthclub.ws. Just send an email to Sotiris at wealthclub.ws with a copy of the receipt. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a load of bonus free headlines. I'm also going to send you free PLR music. You can use the PLR music in videos. You can use it in a whole load of different things, right? There's probably a couple. I think there's well over 100, maybe a couple of hundred tracks of PLR music. Okay, and the other thing is later on, if you request it, if any of us who get it are very techy and they request it, it's not very techy, but it is a wee bit techy, right? I will also do a training for anyone who asks it. I will do a training on how to actually put your own video into your capture page, like the way I've done with this one, right? So you'll actually be able to put your own video in the background, to play your own video in the background, which is pretty cool, right? What do you think, Matthew?
Yeah,
Have you seen many of them?
very cool.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, so I mean, that's it basically. I mean, there's a link, there's a link below. There should be a link, just if you refresh the page, if you can't see the link, just refresh the page, that you're the Hangout page, or open a new link and then refresh it, and you'll see there should be a blue link below. Okay, and you just click that link where it says click here to get the capture page software, and you can basically get that software. Like I said, it's a wee bit advanced, but it's brilliant. The other thing about it is as well here, which I haven't actually showed you yet, is you can actually go in and you can see what your conversion rates are. So you can actually see how many people are opting in your page, right? Now this is a pretty cool feature. So you can see here there's all different rates. So you can see there's one has a 34% rate, one is 26%, one is 20, one is 26. There's some had only 1 or 2, right? And obviously when I saw ones with low capture page rate, I can then change them. Now you could be doing an ordinary capture page and you could be getting a 1% capture page rate and sending thousands of people, and only 1 in 100 people are opting in. Right, now the optimum rate for opt-ins for a capture page, a reasonable opt-in rate for capture page is 15%, right? So you imagine if you didn't see this, if you couldn't see that you were getting 50% or 20% or 26%, and you're only getting 1%, or you were getting 0%, that could cost you an absolute fortune in opt-ins, and also an absolute fortune in sales, because if you're not getting any leads to email about your product, you're not going to be making any money either. So one of the beautiful things about this software is you can actually go in then and see each capture page, right? You can see each capture page, and you can then see what the conversion rate is as well, so you can see how many people have opted in, right? So that's really cool. You can see if you've sent 1,000 people, or if you've sent 100,000 people, or if you've sent 5 people, right? And maybe 3 of them have opted in, so you can actually see your actual conversion rate. So you're not wasting traffic sending people to a page that nobody opts into. So that's very, very important as well. But if you're a complete newbie, don't worry about that for the minute. But as you get more advanced, these are also strategies, advanced strategies that you want to be thinking about. Okay, so
Yep.
is there anyone, has any questions? Is there anyone, just pop your questions in below. Pop your questions in below and in the comments if you've any questions at all. At the end of the day, Nicholas, we can basically help you with whatever it is. You're stuck. We can show you. We can show you how to do it. There's all the trainings in Empower Network. So basically, if you go and go through the trainings, you'll be able to see what you need to do. As well as that, we also offer loads of extra, trainings. I have loads of videos on everything that people generally ask me. So I can take you through that, and I can also go one-to-one with you personally. We can Skype together, and I can screen share with you and help you to get set up and so on. So the great thing about when you actually join below on our team is that as well as being part of such an amazing system like Empower Network, you also have access to myself. You also have access to Matthew, and you can get our help from people who are experienced, who've already made a lot of money using the system, and can show you and help you to do it as well. So is there anything you want to add to that, Matthew? Or
that was great to hear. That was very taking something that's quite technical and showing it step by step like that, simplified it, and shows that anyone can really do it. Can create those custom capture pages and set themselves apart from the crowd. I believe that's important. That's a Vic Streethouse. That's what he teaches, and he's obviously knows what he's talking about. So listen to those that are listen to those that are getting results. Getting the results that you want to get, and you'll start to have success. There's one thing that I wanted to mention. I want to do and I haven't mentioned this to you yet, Sotiris, either. It just came to me. I want to do a private all-in training with a new marketing strategy that I'm using, which is very ninja, very ninja. So I started using this, and I think it's going to be very effective just from my past experience with different things, and so it's the sort of strategy that isn't going to last forever, one of those ones, but can work very well for a number of months. But if too many people start doing it, then it won't work very well.
Yes,
one of those type of strategies.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
For anyone who really needs to get off the ground, who needs to get to, the first 10K or something, I believe it will get you there very fast. So what I propose is we do a private all-in hangout for all those on my team and all those on your team if you want, Sotiris.
Yep, absolutely.
That are all in. Or if you're not all in, but you can show that you're definitely going all in and you're in the process of doing it, we can show a little bit of leeway with that. but
Yeah.
generally for those that are all in or are nearly there and definitely doing it, we can also let you on the hangout, because I do want to keep this one quite tight, because once the masses get a hold of it, it will be abused, you know. So maybe tomorrow night at 10 p.m. BST London time. That's 11 p.m. where I am. We could do a short 30-minute training to show that strategy, and
Absolutely.
I think anyone that puts that into practice is going to have success pretty
Yep.
quick.
Yep, that's brilliant,
Does that
Matthew.
sound
That's absolutely
good?
brilliant. If you want to just, what I've done is I've actually put my Facebook, my Facebook URL in the comments below, Matthew. If you
Yeah.
put your Facebook URL as well in the comments below, then if anyone hasn't already connected with us on Facebook, you can just add us on Facebook just by clicking our link and just add us as a friend, and we will accept you. Okay. And that way you can connect with us. You can ask us any questions you have, anything you need help with or anything, and we'll be able to help you.
Okay.
I was logged into the wrong account, which is quite funny, but
Oh, you're logged into Evelina.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So I mean,
So,
I think that's more or less us, Matthew, isn't it?
yep, that's brilliant for
Yeah.
for all those that stayed on the hangout, got tremendous value. Congratulations. And just like you said, start applying what you learned.
Yeah.
Not knowledge without application,
Is
is not enough.
useless. And if you
Right.
you know if you're new and you haven't already joined, just click the join button below to join us. And we have these weekly, and like I said, you've also got access to us. You've access to the best training system. We're just completely killing it. I mean, it's amazing the results that people are having. The results that people are having in Power Network. The ones who actually work it. The ones who work it. There's people who come and join and who don't do anything, and that's nothing to do with the Power Network. That's to do with them. But for the people who actually work it, who follow the 8 core commitments, like Matthew says, and do the stuff and learn the stuff and implement the stuff, you will make money. You will make money. It'll take a while to get you, built up and get your blogs done and all that stuff, but you will, you have an opportunity to make absolutely fantastic money from it, which I don't know any other, product or service out there that I've ever got paid the sorts of commissions in which I get in Empower Network. It's just so much easier to make more money in this than it is to make selling other things for me personally. And I've been marketing online now for probably nearly 10 years, I think. So
And there's also a big change coming. So,
yeah,
as Dave Wood says, people who floundered in the past, who didn't have success in the past, with the change that's happening in Charlotte on the 26th of June, there's going to be a big change where Empower Network is really relaunching itself, and there's a massive change that's happening which hasn't been, which has been kept a secret at the minute. So, as Dave Wood says, the success people are going to have is going to be huge from that announcement that gets made. at the Charlotte event. So it'd be a really, really good idea to do whatever it takes to get there, to be there when it happens, and to be have your finger on the button, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I don't think we made any sort of claims of income, but just in case there was something that could be construed as a claim of income, anything we said is not typical. We're not typical.
Yeah.
Our results are not average because
We're not average.
we don't do the average. We don't do average things. The daily actions that we take cannot be considered as average, so our results cannot be considered as average. So to see average earnings disclosure, go to empowernetwork.com/income. I'm getting quite tired, so I think it's just /income now.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Changed. And I'm slowing down a bit because I'm quite tired now.
No problem. We'll finish off on that note anyway. And listen, thank you very much for coming tonight. It's been great to have you here. And we will see you again this time next week. And for anyone in our All-In team, you're welcome to come tomorrow evening. Just if you want to, basically message. How are we going to message them, with email, Matthew, or just by Facebook or something?
I guess Facebook. Just look out for it, or if you're all in, send us a message. Send either me or Sotiris a message, and we'll send you the special secret link. Special secret training.
Yep.
For the elite all-in members.
Absolutely. Okay, so we will see you again this time next week, or we'll see you tomorrow for our All-In team. Once again, thanks very much. Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you, Sotiris. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.
Night.